Peace. What's up, everybody? Yup. More investigation. It's all good. You know, another one of my schools. I just did a little teeny video on that. I'm always, these gray hairs to make me seem like something is like a piece of lint or something is on my face, but it's really gray hairs. Yeah, but all of this stuff is stuff that you can put your mind on, and it's all around you, especially if you're inside of these large cities. Every block, every 2-3 blocks, you're going to find situations like this: rec centers, baseball, football fields. Sometimes graveyards. There's not as many graveyards as it is football fields and baseball fields, but yeah, I'm telling you, these fields mean something. They definitely mean something. You know what I mean? And if you really use your mind's eye, you're going to see that stuff is not what it seems. You know what I mean? And the people from the past were very advanced, very advanced. So we have to get out of that mindset of thinking that we're going forward in technology. No, we're going backwards, actually. Well, we're not going backwards, but the stuff that they release into us and allowing us to utilize are stuff that already been around. They just know how to pace it out in order to make the money off of a so-called new thing. That's all it is. So, and the more you get into really this esoteric knowledge, the more you'll start understanding really what went on and what's going on. You know what I mean? There's just so many different avenues. There's just so much different stuff that you can start at. You can start here, you can start there. Some people, being as though a lot of us come from religious backgrounds, we tend to lean towards stuff that has a so-called religious nature. But all of this stuff is connected to some form of spirituality, even when dealing with these churches. Besides the fact that the theory of it being a power producing source. These places were also, there's theories that these places were used to resonate certain frequencies, And the people use these places not as places of worship, but as places for them to come together and resonate on the same frequency or heal themselves through these frequencies. A lot of these older churches had these organs that don't nobody really know how to play no more. You know what I mean? And these organs, through this music, to see his music and frequency is big. It's real big. You can heal yourself with frequencies. You can also be hurt with these frequencies. They know this from the scientific research done on how water is affected through certain music, certain frequencies. You know what I mean? So the more you get into that stuff, you start understanding what these places were originally used for. You know what I'm saying? And conflict energy is a negative vibration, regardless of what you're trying to say. Like, I don't care what you, because it's always a chosen group. Oh, we're chosen, we're this, or we're that, and everybody got the same mentality. Oh, it's us, we chosen. And me myself, looking into a lot of different stuff. The reason why I lean towards, and I am, more, because the Moors established the justice. You could say what you want to say, because if you learn about what the Moors was supposed to have been and are and stuff like that from the wrong person, you're going to get a negative. You're going to just get some negative stuff about the whole thing. You know what I mean? But you just if you use your sense, and when they talk about Europe in relation to the Moors and all that 800 years, how could the Moors is always there? They didn't conquer Europe or go into Europe. The original people of Europe are melanated. They're Moors. So what do you mean the Moors conquered Europe and came in and did this? And Always more is more is more. What do you mean? It's not like, see, you know what I'm saying? You got to conquer a lot. You got to pull back a lot of layers. You know what I'm saying? But if you understand the history of the mainstream history of that, and they always, you know, saying about how everybody was, you know, the so-called Jews, Christians, and Muslims were all, they basically was cool. They all lived in peace and in safety and all that, right? So what that tell you? That tell you that the people from the past were not on this conflict vibration. They was not on that. They was not on that. That conflict stuff is something from more the recent past in the present day mentalities of people. Just like I said one time, even when you talk about lighter skinned, pale skinned people, these people from 150 years ago were not in the same mindset of the people that's around now, or in the recent past, maybe the last 40 or 50 years. And then even when, let's say, everybody got transitioned into the new mind state gradually. It's not just a thing they just drop, boom. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a time like even, you know, people that was living in the 40s, 50s, 60s and all that. And they'll say, well, you know, white people didn't really, you know, we was over here and they was over there. And it wasn't really like a big problem and stuff like that. And okay, but being as though new rules were being, you know, put in place, you know, people were violating these segregation laws and stuff like that. And it was creating problems, right? And I'm not trying to belittle anything that happened, because my people was right in the middle of it. I was in the middle of it. So like, but what I'm saying is, it's all about, it first started with the mindset of the people. You know, the mindsets, changing the minds, making the people forget who they are. There is a so-called racial dynamic, just to use that word so that people can understand it. It is, but like I said, you know, people that's on justice, whether on all levels, if you want justice, then you want people to have what belongs to them. That's if you are of the just. You know, justice cannot be established in the land for the people if the people don't have what belongs to them. But then if you really go into it, the most serene of the people, like I was saying yesterday, these people that help, these people that came here or wherever, they help these people because they were in a natural state. But going along with that natural state is the state of things no one having a sense of ownership, meaning the land didn't just belong to one person, or a person could say he owned this part of land. The land belonged to everybody. You get it? You see what I'm saying? You see how when you start peeling back, when you peel back layers, you start getting to like how people was really supposed to be. So like, what I'm saying is, if us getting our stuff back is us getting our righteous mind back. Meaning the land belongs to us, but the land belongs to everybody. The land belongs to everybody. You understand? But on the way back to us getting our righteous minds back, we have to we have to acknowledge what was done to the original people. Okay? These original people, who we are, and we back now, didn't have a sense of ownership the way people have a sense of ownership now. Do you get it? So no matter who's here, the land belongs to all of us. It truly do. But you have to acknowledge what went on. You had to acknowledge what got us to this point that we at now. You know, we have to acknowledge that. That's one of the ways that we peel back the layers of deception. So that's just something to think about. And along with everything else, you know, I try to bring up, you know, the stuff about these places and what they were used for and stuff like that. But there's always other components, you know. But really, everyone must get their mind right and get back to a natural state. Get back to the natural. What is natural is sharing. You know, wow. Back to the base religion. But this is a religious aspect that can serve me and does serve me and can serve us. sharing. We were taught that there is you get sharing, like with food. Like if you eating some food with a group of people, you don't worry about you not getting enough portion out of whatever's being eaten off the plate, because you become full from the act of sharing. You see what I'm saying? So like sharing is a big thing. So sharing is a big part of getting back to, you know, our natural state of being. And you know, I advise myself, and I advise anybody who wants to listen to put their mind on that. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.